Thanksgiving, I thought we'd do something over Xandar today, which is one of the first beings I interacted with. That is Xandar. It kind of looks like it would be spelled like Yandar, but it's Xandar. So we're going to go over that, and maybe some people resonate with it, and we'll see what it does. Salutations. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. It's Thanksgiving tomorrow. Today I wanted to go over another being that I've encountered by the name of Xandar. Z-A-N-D-A-R, but it kind of is pronounced when it comes through like Yandar, but it's spelled Xandar, okay? Xandar is insectoid, alright? And the reason why I want to go over him is because he is the first being to present himself to me in my experiences as a small child. As a small child, I encountered him in two ways. Both, he came to me as a physical playmate and would come around and kind of hang out for a second when no one was around. And two, I had seen him on a ship when I woke up at night, not at home. All right, so I had encountered him a few times. Something specifically I want to go over about Xandar is that he is not a mantid, all right, or a praying mantis. Where a lot of us are familiar with those. Xandar was about 5 feet tall and had human proportioned limbs, all right? So he wasn't a praying mantis that kind of looked like that and that type of a being, all right? Xandar came from, he's the first one I could interrogate about where are you from, what do you want? And he started giving me, which would be the system you just saw, a Bell 2274 and 2256. Which is similar to where Mana, that we discussed last week, comes from also. The amphibious being Mana comes from also around a Bell 2256. Now remember, we're dealing with the exo-space-time continuum, so these are planets outside of what we're even able to see in the Hubble Deep Space Telescope from that. Alright, Xandar felt very, very scientific, ancient, alright, and was very loving as well. Something that was very unique about interacting with him in person is that his eyes tend to look like they were a gray type of a gray, okay, like a milky gray. So that's just some things to kind of deal with when it comes to Xandar. Next we'll go over a couple of the sketches that Christine Dennett has done for me. Thank you. Alright, this is another one of my sketches from Christine Dennett. This is actually me as a child, alright? This is Xandar. He came and showed up like that a couple times right in front of my house, and he would play with me, so I thought that he was a child, alright, in that way. And he was about not much bigger than me either. He had a very broke down Schwinn that he would ride, and he had these sunglasses on and normally a ball cap. But I didn't put it together that maybe he wasn't a person yet. I thought he was just a friend, and we'd hang out. But conveniently, when my dad or anybody would come outside, suddenly he would have to leave. When I asked him, what school do you go to? You don't go to my school. Do you go to the school up the street, the other one? He'd say, no, I'm just here visiting family. And then we just kind of hang out. And I wasn't noticing that he wasn't actually talking with the mouth when he was speaking to me. But as a child, we don't always put these things together. So this is Xandar showing up physically, interacting with me as a small child, probably about the age of 5, I would say. So that's one example. Alright, this is another sketch done by Christine Dennett, my favorite artist. What she's done here, this is Xandar, alright? The next time Xandar showed up, I saw him, was on a ship, and he looked like this, alright? The only thing that is a little different is that the uniform he had on wasn't actually a robe, it was actually white, and it came down to about, around down in here, and the sash is correct, but then there were like little white pant legs there. He had leggings on. But that's close enough because I've seen him in other stuff, so Christine got that right also. Behind Xandar here is a Bell 2256, which is about 900 billion light years distant. There's about, I think it's 10,000 galaxies like the Milky Way out there, some that are colliding. And this is where he was telling me he was from, beyond the exo-space-time continuum of this. So this is Xandar, and I want to emphasize again, he looked much more like a grasshopper, not a mantis, all right? A grasshopper with these milky colored eyes. So it was very distinguishable in that way. He tended to float above the surface of the ship, very telepathic, very loving, and felt extremely scientifically knowledgeable. Xandar. Thank you. Okay, real quick, this is the engine that I've shown you several times, all right? 10 feet tall, about that, all right, with the crystals in it that can heal, all right? The first time I saw this, I was a child. Xandar was actually on this ship, all right? Floating not far from this engine. Christine had done another picture of me that's shown actually Mana, an Andromeda Council member, near this engine, and she just did that. She just seems to know things, but actually it was Xandar that was near this engine. So I just wanted people to be understand that he's the one that explained that to me. That was a Xandar experience. Thank you. Conclusion. All right, now you're familiar with Xandar and kind of where he's from. He's part of this alliance that I've been dealing since childhood. A lot of them that are extragalactic and interdimensional. All right. One thing, something for those of us that are listening to this that have children that maybe having experiences, I couldn't put this together at first. When Xandar came around, I was always well supervised, but it would be just for the little brief couple minutes nobody was around. He'd come play with me outside or something and then disappear. So I couldn't always put it together what was happening. Then when I went into adult onset experiences, which involved missing time, the same thing kind of happens. So I just want people to realize that maybe these things, when these beings come around you, it shifts you into a type of heightened awareness, all right, that makes it hard to retain the encounter of them actually itself. So when they're not face to face with you, it makes it hard to remember some of them. So remember, that's just the energetic field that they give off. But I wanted everybody to become familiar with Xandar. I was told I was to put this out, all right. Remember, something that he looked much more like a grasshopper as opposed to a mantis, all right? So keep that in mind, that there are a bunch of different insectoid species. Some that are small, big, but it runs the gamut. So I want to just introduce you to Xandar, part of the alliance that I deal with, and that's all. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Peace.